Hey everyone, it's the Diplomat, and today we're going to be reviewing the affidavit for a warrant of arrest and detention of Magen Fieramusca, and this is in regards to the recent case of Heidi Broussard. This is an awful case where Magen, who was apparently friends with Heidi for quite some time, both kidnapped her, killed her, and tried to steal her baby, which is just unfathomable. You may have heard this recently in the news. It occurred on or around December 12th, 2019 in Austin, Travis County, Texas. And some of the folks you'll hear about in this affidavit are, of course, Magen Fieramusca, who was subsequently arrested. You'll hear about Heidi Broussard, the mother of two and fiance to Shane Carey. You'll also hear about Magen's boyfriend, who is Christopher Green. And also one of the main people is the Affiant, which is the detective, B. Herries, and he's an investigator in the Austin Police Department, Cold Case and Missing Person Units Division. So I decided to just do this additional side item, as this is something that has been in the news and is probably something you have all heard about or learned about recently, and I wanted to be able to bring the actual affidavit to you, allow you to hear everything as proposed by the Affiant, Detective Herries, to the courts, giving probable cause for the arrest of Magen Fieramusca. With that, let's jump right into it. The State of Texas, County of Travis, in the District Court, 450th Judicial District, Travis County, Texas. Affidavit for warrant of arrest and detention. The undersigned affiant, who after being duly sworn by me on oath makes the following statement. I have good reason to believe, and do believe, that Fieramusca Magen Rose, white, female, date of birth January 13th, 1986, on or about December 12th, 2019, in Austin, Travis County, Texas, did then and there commit the offense of kidnapping, third-degree felony. 1. Your affiant, Detective B. Herries, 5641, is an investigator assigned to the Austin Police Department Cold Case Missing Person Unit. As a result of this assignment, your affiant is responsible for investigating incidents involving missing persons and persons who have been taken or held against their will, which is commonly referred to by the offense title code, kidnapping. 2. On Tuesday, December 12, 2019, your affiant was operating in an on-call status and received a message to contact Austin Police Department Officer Parker regarding this case. Upon making contact with Officer Parker, your affiant was told the following. Officer Parker had been dispatched to a call for service regarding a missing adult female, Heidi Broussard, a white female born June 15, 1986, and her 2-week-old newborn, who is fully identified in Austin Police Department report, then it gives a number, and will hereafter be referred to as her, in quotes, newborn child. The complainant was Shane, who is the boyfriend of Heidi, with whom they share 2 children, newborn child and a 6-year-old child. Shane, Heidi, and both children live together in an apartment at West William Cannon Drive in Austin, Travis County, Texas. 3. Shane has cooperated with the Austin Police Department in investigating the disappearance of Heidi and her newborn child. Shane provided an initial statement to Austin Police Detectives Brad Herries and Ryan Metcalf on Friday, December 13, 2019, at the Austin Police Department South Substation. That conversation was voluntary in nature and was recorded using a fixed digital audio and video recording system. Shane spoke with Detective B. Herries of the Austin Police Department Detective Metcalf of the Austin Police Department, Detective R. Faithful of the Austin Police Department, and Special Agent J. Bailey of the FBI during the continuing investigation. The conversations were collected on body-worn cameras or fixed digital audio and video recording systems in interview rooms. 4. Shane stated that he last saw Heidi Broussard and the newborn child in person that day, December 12, 2019, at approximately 6:30 a.m. Shane woke for work and saw Heidi and the children before he left for work at a moving company in North Austin. Shane advised that Heidi would ready the children for the day, then take the 6-year-old child to school at Cohen Elementary in Austin, Texas. I reviewed images captured by surveillance cameras at Cohen Elementary. Heidi can be seen entering and exiting the school on surveillance cameras provided by the Austin Independent School District with the newborn child. Based on video evidence, Heidi left the school at approximately 8:12 a.m. with the newborn child. 5. Shane and Heidi spoke on the phone at approximately 8:30 a.m. regarding dropping the child off at school, a conversation that was confirmed by a consent search of Shane's phone. Shane stated that he did not speak with Heidi the rest of his workday. Shane got off work at approximately 1:50 p.m. and called Heidi. The phone call was not answered and went to voicemail. 6. Shane arrived in the parking lot of their apartment complex at West William Cannon at approximately 2:50 p.m. on December 12, 2019. Shane noticed that Heidi's vehicle, a white 2012 Honda Fit, and it gives the license plate, was parked in the parking lot of their apartment complex. Shane found the front door to their apartment to be unlocked. Shane stated that it was not unusual for the front door to be unlocked. Shane stated that the apartment was not in disarray and that nothing inside the apartment appeared to be out of the ordinary. Neither Heidi nor the newborn child were in the apartment, according to Shane. Shane believed that Heidi and the newborn child were possibly visiting another apartment in the complex or were at the park. Shane realized as the day progressed that their elementary-age child needed to be picked up from after-school activities. Shane went to pick up the child at approximately 5:50 p.m., thinking that Heidi would be there as well. Shane waited until after 6 p.m. Heidi did not arrive to pick up their child. 7. Shane returned to the apartment with their elementary-age child. Neither Heidi nor the newborn child were at the apartment. Shane went to Heidi's 2012 Honda Fit, was in the parking lot of their apartment complex, and found the vehicle to be unlocked. Shane stated that it was unusual to him that the vehicle was unlocked. Shane looked inside the vehicle and observed Heidi's red purse inside the unlocked vehicle. Shane looked inside the purse and observed Heidi's wallet. All personal items, cash, credit cards, debit cards, and identification appeared to still be present inside the wallet. 8. Shane stated that the newborn child had jaundice when discharged from the hospital. Shane stated that he and Heidi had to supplement breast milk with formula due to the jaundice. 9. All necessities for caring for a newborn child remain in the apartment, including but not limited to diapers, formula, clothing, wipes, bedding, car safety seating, and accessories. All apparent forms of financial means for Heidi appear to be inside Heidi's wallet, which was left in her vehicle. The only items of note missing from the apartment or vehicle are Heidi's iPhone 11, and it gives a telephone number, and her keys. 10. Shane described Heidi's iPhone 11 as being black in color and was contained in a case with red, white, and blue colors in a tie-dye pattern. 11. Shane described Heidi's keys as 3 to 4 keys on a key ring with a Honda chip-enabled car key, and 1 key on the ring with blue tape. 12. The location of Heidi is unknown at this time. At the time of her disappearance, Heidi did not take the necessary items to reasonably care for a 2-week-old newborn for an extended period of time when she departed the apartment. Heidi does not possess the necessary items to reasonably and legally travel inside a vehicle with a 2-week-old newborn. such as an infant car seat and base. It is of note that both car seats possessed by Shane and Heidi are in the apartment or Heidi's vehicle. Shane stated that Heidi would not abandon her family, especially her elementary-aged child. On December 17, 2019, I spoke with VS, an adult female fully identified in Austin Police Report, gives a report number. VS has known Heidi for approximately 10 years. VS stated that Heidi would not abandon her elementary-aged child. 13. Shane began to call friends and family in the area to attempt to locate Heidi and the newborn child without success on December 12, 2019. Shane called the Austin Police Department at approximately 7:31 p.m. to report Heidi and the newborn child as missing. Responding Austin police officers conducted a deliberate search of the area of the apartment, contacted members of Heidi's family and friend group, conducted a reverse 911, calling over 4,000 residents in the immediate area of the apartment, and released the names of images of Heidi and the newborn child to the media, all without locating Heidi nor her newborn child. 14. Your Affiant researched the target number, gives a phone number, belonging to Heidi through ZX.com, which is an online tool that will identify the carrier and registered name associated with the phone number. The target number was registered to Shane, the service provider for the phone, T-Mobile. Your Affiant contacted the law enforcement liaison for T-Mobile and confirmed that T-Mobile does currently provide service for the target number and that the phone was currently showing to be on and active. Per T-Mobile policy, your Affiant was directed to complete the T-Mobile exigent form and return the completed form to T-Mobile. Your Affiant completed and submitted the form to T-Mobile. A surveillance order with an emergent addendum was sworn to by the Affiant and was presented to Travis County District Court Judge Kosarek. Judge Kosarek reviewed the order and approved the document with her signature. 15. An emergency ping of Heidi's phone began at approximately 4:56 p.m. on Friday, December 13th, 2019, and ran continuously for 48 hours until the afternoon of Sunday, December 15th, 2019. The continuous ping of Heidi's phone was requested to indicate any location data associated with the use of the cellular device. The data was updated and sent at 15-minute intervals for 48 hours. There was no location data reported for the 48 hours of the requested emergency ping, indicating that the target phone was not in use. 16. According to Shane, Magen and Heidi have been friends since attending the Texas Bible Institute in Columbus, Texas, approximately 10 years ago. Magen and Heidi speak on the phone regularly. 17. According to Shane, Magen and Heidi became pregnant around the same time in 2019. Both expectant mothers were due in late 2019. Shane stated that he saw Magen visibly pregnant in person. Magen held her hands to her apparently pregnant stomach, appearing to support the weight of her unborn child. Shane reported that Heidi and Magen had spoken about the possibility of delivering on the same date. 18. On November 25, 2019, Heidi's water broke early in the morning. Shane and Heidi went to St. David's South Austin Hospital for medical treatment in anticipation of childbirth. Magen was alerted to the impending delivery. 19. On November 26, 2019, Magen drove from her home in the Houston, Texas area to South Austin while she herself was approximately 37 weeks pregnant. The afternoon of November 26, 2019, Heidi and Shane gave Magen a key to Heidi and Shane's apartment from Heidi's keyring. 20. Austin police officers Levine and Wind spoke with SD, a nurse at St. David's South Austin Hospital, who is fully identified in Austin Police Report, gives a number. Nurse SD overheard Heidi and Magen conversing about Magen being 37 weeks pregnant. 21. Shane reported that Heidi delivered her newborn child on November 26, 2019. The following people were in the room when Heidi delivered her newborn child: Shane, V.S., an adult female fully identified in separate Austin police report, and Magen. Additional family members entered the room after the birth. The newborn child was first held by Heidi, then by Shane, then by V.S., then by Shane's father. Immediately after Shane's father was handed his grandchild, Magen interjected herself and asked to hold the newborn child, stating that she had to leave. Shane's father was surprised by the actions of Magen and that his first introduction and time with his grandchild was interrupted by a friend of Heidi's. 22. Magen told Shane that she would leave the key to their apartment on the counter inside the apartment. Shane advised that neither he nor Heidi could ever locate the key Magen was given to have access to their apartment. 23. Magen left the hospital no more than 1 hour after Heidi delivered her baby and returned to Heidi and Shane's apartment, where she stayed until November 27, 2019, when she returned to Houston, Texas. Magen drives a gray 2015 Nissan 4-door bearing, and then it gives a Texas license plate. 24. I reviewed a search of Learn Vigilance license plate online registry, which shows that Magen's 2015 Nissan 4-door was captured on stationary license plate reader operated by the Giddings, Texas Police Department, traveling between Houston and Austin. The data confirms that the vehicle operated by Magen was traveling in the direction of Austin on November 26, 2019. 25. Shane reported that on December 8th or 9th, 2019, he learned from Heidi that Magen delivered a baby girl. Shane did not see any photographs of the child. 26. A resident of West William Cannon Drive, the same complex in which Heidi and Shane live, has installed video cameras on the exterior of his residence. The tenant of the apartment with the exterior cameras provided voluntary consent for Austin Police Detective Heruzek to view the recordings from the exterior cameras. One of the cameras captures the parking lot and has the capability of capturing vehicles as they pass in the parking lot. Video captured on the exterior cameras shows a light-colored 4-door vehicle with the outline, window placement, and general appearance consistent with Magen's gray 2015 Nissan 4-door, driving northbound towards the rear of the complex at approximately 9:05 a.m. on December 12, 2019. Shane and Heidi's apartment is on the rear of the complex. 27. On December 18, 2019, M.W., an adult female, provided a statement to detectives Mireles and Briegel. The statement was captured on a fixed audio and video recorded system. M.W. stated that on December 11th or 12th, 2019, she was driving through the rear of the complex at West William Cannon. M.W. stated that she saw a 4-door vehicle, believed to be light in color, stopped in the parking lot perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. M.W. stated that she saw a white adult female walk from between buildings 7 and 8 towards the vehicle parked perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. The adult white female was carrying a small infant who was wearing a knit cap. The adult female carrying the small infant walked towards the vehicle parked perpendicular to the provided parking spaces. M.W. saw a female exit the front passenger seat and greet the adult female who was carrying the small infant. The front seat passenger opened the rear passenger side door of the vehicle. The adult female carrying the small infant entered the rear passenger seat, both doors closed, and the vehicle drove away. M.W. stated that there was not time for the adult female to secure the infant into any type of child restraint system before the vehicle drove away. M.W. turned from the main lane of the parking lot and last saw the 4-door vehicle driving towards the exit gate to South First. 28. On December 19, 2019, M.W. returned to the Austin Police South Substation and was presented a photo lineup. The photo lineup was prepared by Detective Morales. The photo lineup featured 6 images of females, one of which was Magen. The females were all of a similar complexion, and none of the females stood out of the lineup. 29. The photo lineup was presented to M.W. by Detective Mitchell. When M.W. saw the photo of Magen, she stated that she was 60 to 70% sure that was the female she saw in the front seat of the vehicle in the parking lot of West William Cannon. 30. Shane told Detective Faithful that he believed Heidi was friends with Magen. Shane provided a cell phone number for Magen from his cell phone. This number was determined to be serviced by T-Mobile. On December 18, 2019, intelligence analyst Ferguson of the FBI conducted open-source research related to any social media presence for Magen. A search of Heidi's contacts on Instagram revealed an Instagram account for user Magen Humphrey. That was Megan's, the other name she went by. 31. On December 18, 2019, IA Ferguson obtained records for Instagram user Magen Humphrey via a voluntary emergency disclosure. This record indicated the account was registered using email address meganhumphrey@gmail.com. The account had been active for an extended period of time and contained no posts. Further social media research into Magen Humphrey, possibly known as Magen Fieramusca, yielded at least one photo on the Facebook profile of Heidi, depicting the Heidi and a white female who appeared to be tagged at one time as Magen Humphrey. The white female identified in the photo as Magen Humphrey was visually similar to the known Texas driver's license photo of Magen Fieramusca. 32. On December 18, 2019, IA Ferguson requested records from Google related to email address meganhumphrey@gmail.com via voluntary emergency disclosure. A review of the search history for Magen Humphrey at gmail.com identified a Google search for, in quotes, reasons for Amber Alert, end quote, performed on December 12, 2019 at 10:31 p.m. To date, an official Amber Alert for the newborn child has not been released via Austin Police Department or Texas Department of Public Safety. 33. A Google search was performed for, in quotes, Amber Alert issued Austin, end quote, by Magen Humphrey at gmail.com on December 12, 2019 at 10:42 p.m. A result of this search, located at, and then it gives a URL, was visited on December 12, 2019 at 10:42 p.m. And the end part of the URL is police issue Amber Alert for 3-week-old baby last seen at Austin Hospital. 34. A full review of searches performed by Magen Humphrey between November 11, 2019 and December 18, 2019 reveals some form of Heidi Broussard was searched at least 162 times from a device utilizing the account meganhumphrey@gmail.com. 35. On December 14, 2019, a search was conducted using the account meganhumphrey@gmail.com for the words, in quotes, bodies found in Austin, Texas, end quote. 36. A follow-on request via voluntary emergency disclosure for any Facebook or Instagram accounts related to email address meganhumphrey@gmail.com resulted in the identification of Facebook, and then it gives an ID, vanity name Megan.Humphrey. This account was active from 2008 until the account was terminated or deactivated on December 17th, 2019 at 9:09 p.m. IP address history from the account resolved to T-Mobile. 37. Members of the FBI Behavioral Unit have been included on numerous investigative briefs and summaries related to the disappearance of Heidi and her newborn child. The totality of the interactions and events related to Magen, including traveling to another city late into a pregnancy, the interaction with Shane's father the first time he held his grandchild, the image of a vehicle consistent with the vehicle operated by Magen, and the deletion of Magen's Facebook account were analyzed by FBI Behavioral Unit members, who advised that the situations and scenarios described are indicative of a female perpetrator of child abduction. 38. Research conducted by the FBI indicated that Magen resided at Bojack Drive in Houston, Texas. 39. Shane told Detective Faithful that Magen's boyfriend was named Christopher, who also resides at Bojack Drive. 40. A search warrant for the call detail records associated with Magen's T-Mobile phone number was prepared and was presented to Travis County District Court Judge B. Urusha on December 19, 2019. Judge Urusha signed the search warrant. 41. The signed search warrant for call detail records associated with Magen's T-Mobile phone number were submitted to T-Mobile. T-Mobile provided data which provided historical location data for the phone number associated with Magen's phone. 42. Historical location data for Magen's phone show the device traveling from Houston to the Austin area on November 26, 2019, which is consistent with statements that placed her at St. David South Austin Hospital for the birth of Heidi's newborn child. Historical location data for the device associated with Magen's phone show the device in the Austin area on November 26th and 27th, 2019. 43. Supervisory Special Agent Mullen of the FBI conducted a preliminary historical analysis of the data provided by T-Mobile. Historical location data for the device associated with Magen's phone show the device located in the Austin area near Heidi's and Shane's apartment on December 12, 2019, the same day Heidi and her newborn child disappeared. 44. On December 19, 2019, FBI agents and Texas Department of Public Safety investigators were conducting surveillance of Magen's and Christopher's residence at Bojack Drive in Houston, Texas. Texas DPS deployed a helicopter for aerial observation. The operator of the DPS helicopter observed a vehicle parked in the backyard of the residence between the garage and the residence. The vehicle was parked in a manner consistent with an attempt to conceal the vehicle from public view. The vehicle was later confirmed as a gray 2015 Nissan Versa 4-door. 45. FBI agents reported that Christopher left the residence in a black Nissan Armada SUV on Thursday, December 19, 2019. Christopher drove to a Target store. DPS investigators observed Christopher shopping for baby clothes and saw Christopher purchase baby formula inside the store. Texas DPS investigators spoke with Christopher as he exited the store. 46. Texas Ranger Christian provided a summary of the conversation with Christopher. Christopher informed DPS investigators that he was in a relationship with Magen since 2016. Christopher and Magen lived together at Bojack Drive. Christopher and Magen broke up in March 2019. However, both parties remained in the residence. 47. Christopher reported in the spring of 2019 that Magen was pregnant. Christopher stated that he noticed that Magen's stomach grew during the year. Christopher indicated that he felt her stomach, which he described as hard. Christopher stated that he never saw Magen's bare stomach during the pregnancy, stating that their relationship during the year did not lend itself to seeing her in stages of undress. Christopher believed that Magen was pregnant with his child. 48. Texas Ranger Rainwater spoke with Christopher. Ranger Rainwater showed Christopher a flyer produced by the Nation Center for Missing and Exploited Children, featuring images provided by your affiant of Heidi and her newborn child. 49. Christopher looked at the flyer, looked at the picture of Heidi's newborn child on the flyer, and stated, in quotes, "That's the baby at my house," end quote. 50. FBI agents were notified of the conversation with Christopher and the purchase of the baby formula. FBI agents and DPS investigators observed Magen walk out the front door of Bojack Drive with her cell phone and a baby monitor. 51. Texas Ranger Gary Phillips spoke with Magen, who stated that on December 12, 2019, Magen left to go to the beach with a cousin while Christopher stayed in Houston working. When Christopher saw Magen next on Friday, December 13, 2019, Magen told Christopher, in quotes, "Don't be mad, don't be mad," end quote. Christopher asked why he would be mad. Magen told Christopher that there was a baby on the bed. Magen said that she went into labor and delivered their baby without Christopher's knowledge. 52. Magen told Ranger Phillips that she went into labor on Thursday, December 12, 2019. Magen stated that she went into a birthing center in the Woodlands. Magen could not remember the name of the birthing center in which she reported giving birth. Magen stated that the only people present during the delivery were employees of the birthing center. Magen told Ranger Phillips that she brought the baby home on Thursday, December 12, 2019. Ranger Phillips confronted Magen about the discrepancy about her location on the date she reportedly delivered. Magen stated that she was not in Austin. 53. Members of the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit provided an assessment of maternal desire, specifically that mothers have lost a pregnancy or have falsified pregnancy and have materialized the desire to have a child by taking possession of another child. 54. Shane previously reported that the newborn child had jaundice when discharged from the hospital. 55. A physician consulted by the FBI advised that untreated severe jaundice can cause a condition called kernicterus, which is a type of brain damage. 56. Christopher was purchasing formula, which Shane said was necessary to treat the newborn child's jaundice. 57. Due to the unknown status of the treatment of the newborn child's jaundice, which could lead to brain damage if untreated, members of the Texas Department of Public Safety approached Bojack Drive to check welfare on the newborn child. 58. DPS troopers secured vehicles at the residence and secured the perimeter of the residence. DPS troopers entered Bojack Drive in an attempt to ensure the safety of the newborn child. DPS troopers located a young infant child whose physical appearance is consistent with that of Heidi's newborn child. 59. Texas Ranger Phillips has investigated numerous deceased persons and has been around numerous deceased human bodies. Ranger Phillips, through his training and experience, can readily identify the odor of decomposing flesh. 60. Texas Ranger Phillips approached the 2015 Nissan Versa 4-door. The 2015 Nissan Versa, parked on the back porch of the single-family residence at Bojack Drive, is registered through the state of Texas to Magen. Ranger Phillips smelled the immediate and unmistakable odor of decomposing flesh emitting from the trunk area of the 2015 Nissan Versa. 61. On December 19, 2019, I presented a search warrant for a search of the 2015 Nissan Versa registered to Magen to Judge Urusha. Judge Urusha reviewed and approved the search warrant as evidenced by his signature. 62. Texas Ranger Gary Phillips was still on the scene at Bojack Drive. Ranger Phillips was notified of the signed search warrant for the 2015 Nissan Versa 4-door. 63. During the search of the 2015 Nissan Versa, Texas Ranger Gary Phillips located a human corpse in the trunk of the vehicle. The human corpse appeared to be a female with long hair. The human corpse was shoved into a black duffel bag. 64. Your affiant has probable cause to believe that Magen did, on or about December 12, 2019, knowingly abduct Heidi Broussard. Magen abducted Heidi by restraining her and preventing her liberation by holding her in a place where she was not likely to be found, specifically inside a black duffel bag in the trunk of a parked vehicle. Sworn and subscribed to before me by the said Affiant, Detective Herries, on this 19th day of December, 2019. And it's signed by the Affiant, Herries, and the District Court Judge. And then it says, on this 19th day of December, AD 2019, I hereby acknowledge I have examined the foregoing affidavit and have determined that probable cause does exist for the issuance of a warrant of arrest for the individuals accused therein. Okay, so that is the end of the affidavit for a warrant of arrest of Magen Fieramusca. My heart just goes out to the family, goes out to Shane. He now is, by himself raising these children. I hope he has a very supportive family and can get the help that he surely will need as the kids grow up. The poor kids are now without a mother for the rest of their lives, and because this woman couldn't take a different path to becoming a mother. I don't know what her personal situation was, but why she couldn't adopt a baby or something like that is just beyond my understanding and my comprehension. The husband seems to have had no involvement, which is reassuring, but it's just another example where now, okay, it's the friend of 10 years. So who are you to trust? I'm not saying not to trust people, but just be very cognizant and aware. But sometimes when people are putting together plans of this nature, it's really hard to deter them. So just be very vigilant in your lives and who's in your life. I really don't get the feeling that Magen had a plan or was really expecting to get away with this, more so than just feeling the need that she needed to do this. All of her digital footprint was there and traceable. She had the body still at her house in the car. She was seen by people. She was caught on camera. I mean, it was just really blatant, it seems. And I'm very grateful for the fact that we have that type of technology, that people are aware enough to speak up, like one of the tenants of that community. So just take notice of things as you go about your daily life. Take mental notes of things. You never know when you may need to be able to bring back that information. And this is really, really, truly sad case that did not have to happen. And I hope this woman gets prosecuted to the full extent of the law and goes away for a very long time. I'll keep following this, and if there are more documents available later, I will look to cover those. This doesn't mean that it's the only other case I'll cover, but as things come to light and certainly official documentation is released, I'll look to cover ones that are of significance. I'd just like to say a prayer for Shane and the children and the family of Heidi. I'd like to ask the Lord to please bless them and help guide them through this troubling time, help give them peace, but allow them to grieve. I ask that you bless these children to grow up and learn of their mother, know that their mother was, very caring for them, and learn all the good things, and just know that their mother loved them very much. And I ask that, Lord, you bless those children to become wonderful people of society that can bring a lot of good to this world. I ask that you strengthen Shane as he goes through the years to come in raising the children on his own, and give him the support that he needs. And if there's anything from this community that we can do, please put that before us. In loving memory of Heidi Broussard. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. I will see you soon. This is The Diplomat. Have a great day.